Hey guys, welcome back to LOI Fan TV. We're back again, but this time for a halfway point team of the season. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be controversy. Some of these clips are going to come back to haunt us, and we'll see, we'll see what sort of shite he talks this week.
Yeah, Luke, I was just gonna say I'm looking forward to what absolute monstrosity of a team we're to put together here as well.
Oh well, listen. All I'll
Um,
say is my team is top of the league, so it won't be far off.
well, actually, I actually meant to say this to you before, actually, but um, if you want to do, I saw Virgin Media did their mid-season awards as well, so we might do something like that at the end of the video, guys. If you want to stay tuned, might run through something like that, goal of the season or something like that. So there's a few contenders for that actually.
There
We
is.
could actually have a goal of the season competition just against Shells. Like that's how unlucky we've been. Some absolute crackers against us so far. So it just sums it
Unlucky.
up.
That unlucky. That's one way to put it.
Everyone's cup final. We're everyone's cup final. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
The
exactly. That's why they
champions.
cancelled. That's why they cancelled the Aviva. Uh, exactly. Let's
Go on.
jump into this. I hope we're still talking by the end of this video, but sure, look,
Yeah,
we'll
geez,
play it
I'm
by
not
ear.
sure.
That's it. But yeah, in goals, Ross, who did you go with?
Yeah, I've gone for Luke Dennison in goal from Drogheda United. I think he's up there for a number of saves made. He might have missed a couple of games, but he was obviously second in the league, been part of a really resetter back forward. He's actually really impressed me even last season as well. But yeah, I think this season he's been really solid and really kind of vocal at the back and been a real kind of character to the league as well. Kind of obviously an American guy, a bit of a different kind of character to have it around the place. And I think he's been fantastic and doesn't seem to make many mistakes. Obviously, he's kind of I think he was a bench warmer for Bowes there for a while and bits and pieces. Never really stood out in anything too much. Now he's up there, one of the best keepers in the league, really in current form. I think he's been fantastic this season, so I've gone for him.
Yeah, that's a fair one. That's a very fair one. I've gone with Joseph Anang, the St. Pat's goalie. Yeah, he's kept 8 clean sheets. He's got called up to Ghana. Now I know, like the Michael Noonan moment comes back to me when I think about him this season,
Yeah,
which was a bit of an
that's
error,
that's
but
what. Yeah,
I get that. But I just think there's some saves that he makes and no other keeper in the league makes. Like the Beku one in Richmond Park. I remember there's a few Graham Burke ones that are just outrageous saves. I think as far as I know, it's so much more at this stage being a goalie, but I think as far as shot stopping goals, I think he is probably the best in the league. And if it wasn't for the astronomical amount of money the Pats are paying him, I don't think he'd be in the league. So yeah, I've gone with him. In my opinion, I think he's probably been the best goalkeeper so far this season.
yeah. No, it's probably the other candidate I was thinking of. And you think back to that a good few moments this season where he has saved them some points. Definitely the Beckham moment and others spring to mind. So he's definitely saved them a lot of points this season. Had a couple of clangers, but yeah, no, definitely a fair shout, 100%.
Yeah, yeah, fair shout. So yeah, I don't know if we listed it so far to you guys, but we're gonna go with a 3-4-3 this video. So we're just gonna
Woke
take it.
nonsense, isn't it? Woke nonsense.
It's absolute. I mean,
Yeah,
come on, shocking. So yeah, we're gonna
yeah,
go with the defense first. Anyways, we'll probably over interlink at points. We'll just say to each other when we have the same player. But yeah, as far as the first one in my back three, I've gone with Sean Grennan from Bowes. Now a player I was surprised that they even went to Bowes in the first place. Obviously, he was there before and he went over to Palace. I thought he might have got a football league move, and it might still happen this summer. But I just think
yeah,
him coming into the team in conjunction with Bo's turn of form, like for like his 3 goals, and those goals have all been winners in the last minute, like all their other goals. But he's a
yeah,
quality addition, he's a player that I don't think will be playing this league for long. And I think when he goes, Bo's will really feel the gap left from his presence.
yeah, yeah. No, I've gone for him as well. I think he's been fantastic, and yeah, echo all your points you made there. I think he's been fantastic since he's come in and scored some big goals, and yeah, really, really good player, and will be a massive loss. I think he has one more game left potentially for Bohemians before he goes back to Palace, but you'd imagine there will probably be maybe League One interest in him or something. He looks a quality player. I think he's in the Irish under 21 squad as well. So yeah, fantastic player, more than deserving of a place in the team, 100%.
Yeah, that's it. And who do you go for the next two and centre off?
I think you'll agree with me that Connor Keely from Drogheda is in the team for me. I think he's scored 5 goals this season. He's been fantastic and yeah, rock at the back. Someone that obviously last season was at Pats and couldn't get a kick really and was kind of written off as like this kind of top level LOI defender sent back to Drogheda, back to the bottom of the league kind of thing, and he's just risen It's been so impressive, and he's been absolute rock the back for them, and he's made such a difference. Yeah, I think I wanted to have a good bit of Drogheda representation in my defensive areas, and yeah, Keady, I think, has been potentially the player of the season. He's up there for that award so far for me as well. So yeah, he's been fantastic.
Yeah, I was saying for me, most clearances in the league, 5 goals. I think if he isn't in that Drogheda team, they're nowhere near as good of a team. Yeah, kind of got a lot of disrespect at Pats as well. Was kind of frozen out early in the Kenny era and kind of regarded as kind of an edge of a box defender. But this season he's kind of shown going forward he's quite technical and he's a real presence in the box in both boxes. So yeah, I think he's definitely. So if the league was to end tomorrow, I think he'd be definitely in the top three for the PFAI Player of the Year, if not winning it. So that's just a testament to him and how good he's been. But yeah, I suppose then finally your third centre half. Who have you gone with, Ross?
Yeah, you might correct me on this. I wanted to get a Rovers player in. I went for Pico Lopez. I think he's been the best of the Rovers defence. I'm happy for you to correct me on that. Obviously, you would have watched him more than me, but I think Pico's kind of come back into his own. I think he struggled a little bit at times last season, and yeah, this year he looks a lot more assured. And obviously, Rovers are kind of doing very, very well at the moment. So, thought they've been decent defensively for the most part this season, and I thought they deserve some representation in the side. So I've gone for Pico.
Yeah, that's very fair. I haven't actually put him on my team, um,
Yeah,
just because I just kind of I like Josh Honahan's my third centre half. Now I know he's played left wing back for us, but he can someone that can play there, and I kind of shoehorned him in there because I want to get other players in. But yeah, I just think when Josh Honahan goes, which he inevitably will this summer, probably gonna be capped by Ireland next week. Yeah, just a quality player, play at a much higher level. He can play anywhere along the back five. It's probably why I put him in that position. Like Pico was a great player too, but I think really when I think about Rovers this season, um, yeah, just I think he's the best of the lot. Pico's had a good season,
yeah,
but like I think Corey O'Sullivan as well has been really good. Lee Grace also, so I think you could really pluck any of them out your hat. But
yeah. Fair
yeah,
enough.
Josh Owen like Rovers have gotten 8 clean sheets alongside Pats this season, so yeah, he's been a big part of that, and going forward he's such a threat too. So yeah, Josh Owen's my third one.
Yeah, yeah, I'll follow up off the back of that. I've gone for Josh Hannon kind of as my left wing back in this system, the 3-4-3 or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So I've gone with Josh Hannon on my left hand side, his actual position, Luke. I'll put it. Yeah, no, as you say, we'll be capped by Ireland, you imagine, in the next week, and he's been super, and potentially won't be around for too much longer. But yeah, definitely he's been really impressive so far.
Yeah, so I suppose the 3-4-3, I was thinking more of like a winger, you know what I mean? Like that was my logic. So I was like, leave the defenders in
Okay,
defense.
okay.
But I suppose as
Yeah.
Shells fan, you try to fit in as many defenders as possible since you don't have any.
So then what do you yeah, but listen, Honahan's been playing as a left wing back. He's been bombing up that line. He's been coming inside against Bowes and banging him into the bottom corners. You know, he's scored some goals.
Yeah,
He's been playing as a wing back. Like,
but we're playing we're like Rovers play a 5-3-2. This is a 3-4-3. You know, there's a difference. I suppose
this
as
is
a
the
Shells fan,
woke
11 players
woke
along the edge of the
nonsense.
box. What formation do you know?
Woke nonsense. Woke
Ah,
nonsense. We're
no.
most successful passes in the league. We're
Yeah,
kick attack football
that'll
nowadays.
help you
You know,
retain it.
high line,
That'll
yeah,
help you retain it.
high line football, high line.
Yeah, no, for me at left mid, not at left wing back, I've gone for Michael Duffy. 6 goals, 2 assists this season.
You
I
know,
just think
forward. Okay, yeah, all
a
right,
forward,
yeah.
the left mid. Come on, left mid.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I've gone with Michael Duffy. 6 goals, 2 assists. I just think he's Derry's best player. In a team full of players that are maybe on their way down their career, but still good players. I think without him in the team, he Derry aren't the same team. Left mid, he's a left mid, so a fit for me. I want to get some Derry representation in there because I know they've had a poor start, they've been really good in the second half the second quarter of the season. They've been very good, so I thought it was only fair to get a Derry player in there, and I think Michael Duffy's the best of them.
Yeah, yeah. That's a fair shout. I think Michael Duffy, quality player, missed out on my team. He would have been battling for a place in my front three now. But listen, you do you, Luke. You do you.
He has wingers in
You're
attack.
you're very attacking minded manager now. Do you know what I mean? Like,
That's it. That's it. No, we're going to win games. Don't draw them. But
I
yeah, but
hope you
yeah.
improve. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you go ahead.
What you want to do next? Want to do the centre of the park, or will we go right mid slash right wing back?
I'll go. I'll just give you my right mid slash right wing back. 'Cause I think this one kind of fits both bills, whatever way you want to put it. I've gone for Evan Caffrey. Shales. Hope you don't laugh at that, because I think he's actually is worthy of the place. He's contributed with goals and assists. He's been fantastic, ever present for Duff since Duff's came in. Really made 100 is 100 appearance for Shels recently. Yeah, he's been so consistent for Shels last season, this season. Been so versatile for us as well. Played off the left a little bit at times as well, but yeah, it's just been so consistent. Scored goals, made assists. Yeah, I think he's been quality, and definitely one of the kind of highlights for Shels so far this season.
Yeah, he's in my team as well.
There we
Um,
go. There we go. Now we're
you'd be
cooking.
surprised. You know, I'm progressive too. You know, like I respect when a player is good. He's in my team. Three goals, 5 assists. I had to get him in.
Is that what
He's
it
one of
is?
these,
Is that
yeah.
yeah?
3 goals, 5 assists. So no, he's been very good this season. One of these players kind of played in a number of positions, centre mid by trade, but has played wing back, played in the back three. He's really kind of been
Yeah,
everywhere for Duff, and in a leaky Shell's defence, it has been easy for him either. And obviously, you think back to that Warren Davis goal against Shells that he got dispossessed for. So, but he hasn't
yeah.
let that stop him. He's kind of come back and he's learned from that. And 100 appearances, I can't believe. For some reason, I thought this was only his second season at Shells. This is his third one, is it?
I think it's his third. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's mad to
yeah.
think even 100 appearances in that period of time
It
for
doesn't seem right. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
man, so for fair due to someone, yeah. Like, look, he's obviously yeah, like in a season probably of a good few negatives for Shells. He's been the positive, probably one of the biggest positives for Shells. So yeah, I think it was important I got from Shells representation of this team. So yeah, he's in a right ring back slash right mid for me.
Yeah, yeah. Nice. Do you want to kick us off in the centre of the park?
Yeah, well, I got my first one before you say Kerr McInroy. I will say Matt Healy. As Bradley fell out with Duff over, it's just a no-brainer. He has the most passes in the league. If you watch Rovers for 20 minutes, you can just see he dictates games for us. He's just I don't even know how we got him. He's just such a good player. He's someone that will eventually move on from Rovers, but with him and our team, we're just a different proposition. He allowed like we changed our system as a result of him. So we've gone from a 5-2-2-1 to a 5-3-2 because he just dictates it by himself. So yeah, I think it's only fair that we put him in. And as a central midfielder with the most passes, I think it's only fair we include him also. So that's my one. What about you?
I'd love to know what percentage of passes are forwards. Yeah, I think he's one of the most overrated players in League of Ireland personally.
Oh my God.
I think it's insane. I think it's absolute woke nonsense that he's been rated this highly. Like
Oh my God.
every time
Shocking.
I watched him, you watched him more than me, granted, but there's a reason he moved to Shamrock Rovers. Like he's not it. He's a good player. He's a
He
good
got
player, but
nominated for under
he
21 player of the year.
he, who else is in that team? Robbie Brady won the senior team player of the year. Do you know what I
I
mean?
fully agree with the senior team sentiment.
Don't agree. I don't agree with these awards. These awards are a lot of nonsense. No, for me, he's a good player, but I don't think he's as good as he's built up to be. To be honest, in my opinion, I think he's
Shocking.
very neat and tidy,
Shocking.
sideways, backways passes, but
This
big
this is
moments
your
this
this is
season.
your Josh.
Shit.
Remember last season you laughed at me and I put Josh Honan in my half team of the year. This is your Josh Honan 2.0 moment. I'm gonna remind you of this,
I didn't
lads.
laugh at you.
Keep him
I didn't
up.
laugh at you about that. I didn't
You
laugh at you about
did.
that. I
You
just
said the
laughed
ball
at.
was
How are you
sailed over his
lecturing? How are
head.
you lecturing me over picking Connor Kearns? You're putting in Josh Howard like.
No, because he's been a quality. He's probably been like if we're the season was to end now, he'd probably be one of our best players.
Did
Like
you
he's
see the
played.
ball sailing over his head
Yeah.
at Tala the other night?
Remember Josh Honan
That
followed
was
me on
like
all of
that.
Instagram over.
No, Matt Healy, he looks great against poor sides. He looks great when you've all the ball, everything's going
He
right. You're
scored against
passing
yous.
backwards, he's passing sideways. That was a
He's
shocking goal. Goalkeeping error,
yeah,
deflection on a goalkeeping
butterfingers.
error. His only goal of the season. He's not. He does. And did he win the game? He didn't win the game either. So against Shells, against Bows as well at home, throwing that game away. Didn't get in the ball. Couldn't get in the ball. Dawson Devoy ran all over him. Ross Tierney ran all over him. It just he's just lacking it in those big moments for me. And we'll see how it goes on for the rest of the season. But I think it's people are getting carried away so far
The
with the
stats don't
sideways and
lie.
backways passes.
The stats don't lie. You
Is
know
it
all about sideways and backwards passes.
Joe who reminds it's like remember Leon Britton and Joe Allen at Swansea. They're great stats for passing because he just passes sideways and backwards. That's what he is to me now.
Oh, the
He
disrespect.
gets Kerr McEnroe ran all over both games.
What are
Simple as that.
you talking about? Absolute pony.
That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, Corey, you're watching with Shell's rose tinted glasses. There's a reason why no one else wanted Kerr McEnroe. He's gave him a new contract as well. It's
He's
like, why are you giving him a new contract for? No one even wants him. Why are you giving
he's
him
the
a
best
new one
midfielder in
for?
the league. Most time, to see all the Paddy Thistle fans wanting him back, the Celtic fans want him back. He walks back into that Celtic
Celtic
team probably.
fans want him back.
He literally-
He's not
he's
even
the
the
best
best.
midfielder in the league.
He's not even the best ball centre midfielder in your team.
Mark Gold's
He's
centre
not.
half.
He's not.
The
Mark
close
Coyle
second
is
centre.
twice the player he is.
That's nonsense. That's nonsense. Kerr
Oh,
McEnroe
well,
is the
that's
best midfielder in the
disrespectful.
league. Mark
Shock.
Coyle's fantastic and a brilliant servant, but he's not better than Kerr McEnroy. Kerr McEnroy is in my team. He's had an incredible first half to the season in what's been a disappointing start for Shells, but Kerr McEnroe is the best midfielder in the league and has to be in the team. Simple
What are his
as.
stats?
He scored some big goals. He
But
scored some
what
big
are his
goals. I think he
stats though?
has
Come on,
two or three goals, two
two
assists
or
maybe, isn't it?
three
Two or three goals, and one of them including a last minute winner against St. Pat's. Big moments, big player steps up.
big
I think
moments.
he scored
He's are in sixth. He's are in
big,
sixth.
yeah,
What a big
yeah,
moment.
yeah. But we're only a couple of points off. We're only a couple of points off second. The Champions League football coming up. Champions League
Oh,
football
we'll
to
see how
come.
that
So
goes.
listen, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, yeah. You're in the first round of the qualifying for the Europa Conference League, the Farmers Conference League. So, yeah, no, we'll see how it goes. But Kerr McEnroy has been a joy to watch, and he's come to be the best midfielder in the country.
In your head, anyways. But yeah, moving on into the other centre mid, an actual player that plays forward, passes, unlike Kerr McEnroe. Jack Byrne. We were only saying on the channel about him in it was April even. We were saying at the start of April we were like we don't think he starts for Rovers anymore. He's just not like cutting the mustard anymore. And then he's
Mm.
coming to the team on a short period of time. He's got a run of games under his belt. He's the most assists in the league, 6 assists, and he's come back in. He's a mainstay. And now like Dylan Watts, who won the PFAI Player of the Year last year, can't get into the team over him. Currently, so yeah, I just think I know I've gone with two Rovers players in the centre of the park, but then again, we are 6 points clear, so it's important to get fair representation there as well. So yeah, Jack Byrne's my other centre mid.
Can you just help me through what your midfield look? Is Jack Byrne not more of in your kind of front three, or is he playing in that
No,
mid
no,
centre
we
midfield area?
no, no. We play like this season we play a 5-3-2 and we've Matt Healy sitting and we've Aaron McEneff on the left and we've Jack Byrne on the right and there's like a tree. And then we've Graham Burke and then Michael Noonan up
Birkin
top.
playing up for.
So
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
more
yeah,
of a centre
yeah.
mid this season. He's not like a front three player.
He's not like he's would he be further push forward, more forward than the other two, than Healy and McEneff a bit behind him, or
No,
be in line
no,
with McEneff kind of thing?
not really, because you've Danny Grant playing right wing back, so like Jack Byrne would kind of be linking up with him and kind of dropping in deep with Matt Healy.
Yeah,
Like even out from goal kicks, I've noticed like he drops into the box and takes the ball off Ed McGinty, and will then play it out. So he's really deep this year. So that's why I put him
yeah,
in there.
yeah, yeah. He just missed out on mine because I think this could be wrong, but I think he hasn't started as many games as other options potentially in there. I think has he missed out in a few games off the bench and bits and pieces at the start of the season and stuff.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was coming off the bench start of the season. He had an injury, and I think he's played now like how many games? Played 8 or 9 games in a row. Like yeah,
Yeah,
so he's been a mainstay the second half, first half of the season.
yeah. I was just leaning towards giving it to Dawson Devoy or Ross Tierney, just based off games played. Really, I'm so impressed by the two of them. Really, Jack Brynson's fantastic as well. Another one that kind of against the lesser sides will stat pad a little bit, when the game gets tough, like the Bells game at home, 2-0 up, thrown away. So he's a great man for stat padding when you're 2-3-0 up, Jack Brown. But yeah, I've gone for Ross Tierney or Dawson
That's
Devoy. I'm really, really.
Pat's away. Pat's away. He got 2 assists. What are you talking about playing the lower teams? Like, come on.
Pat's a rubbish. Pat's a rubbish.
They're ahead of
Pat's a
yous.
rubbish. Same points, isn't it?
Better goal difference.
Oh, sure. We've been poor. Granted, we've been poor for the most part, and we're injury stricken
No,
to
sorry,
bits.
sorry. No. I correct myself. They're 2 points ahead of you in fourth. You are fifth. You're on the same
And
points as Derry.
they four times our budget, and we're literally missing all of our
You,
key players for half the season.
exactly. You're the
Referee
crap.
decisions have gone against. Referee
Spot on.
decisions have been woeful. But anyway, I'll go for because I think Tierney is probably more of a forward player than a
Yeah.
midfielder. So I'll go for Dawson because I think he's been crucial in that kind of 8 to 9 game unbeaten run for Bows, whatever it was. So yeah, I'll go for Dawson Devoy in there. I think he's been really, really good for them. Obviously, captain of the side. He started that season poorly, but he's really stepped it up, and I think he deserves a mention. I think he's been kind of one of the driving forces behind that turn of form.
Yeah, no, he's been good. Personally, I think Ross Tierney's a better player, and I looked at both of these with
I
Patrick. I
don't
think,
disagree with that per se. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
just more of a Tierney is probably more of a forward, isn't he, than Devoy probably.
yeah, no, 100%. I agree with you. If there's something to put in, you put in Dawson Boyd, but he didn't get into my team because of his stats. Like he's 2 goals, 2 assists. Just not as much of an impact for someone of that quality. That's why I didn't put him in.
Matt Healy has 1 goal, 2 assists, isn't
With most passes in the league, he's about six. Like he's a six. Noel Moran for
That's
goals is
a
a six, whereas Dawson Boy is an eight,
that's
as is Jack Byrne. Jack Byrne is six assists, whereas Dawson Boy is only a two. So I go off statistics and logic of my team. You go off feeling and hatred in your team. So it's all
stats are
good.
from Mugs. Stats are from Mugs.
That's it. But then moving into our front three. I'm just gonna get all my Rovers players out of the way. I'm just finishing off.
Jesus,
And
this
if you don't and if you
you
don't have
say
this player in your team,
you say
there's
you
something
know I
really
picked
wrong
my
with
team off. You said I picked my team off feeling, man. This is
Phil of
desperate.
stats. So, as they said on Virgin Media while you were watching, hopefully you remember this, they said probably Graham Burke, if there was to be a PFA Player of the Year, would probably win it at the moment. To be honest, I don't fully agree with that. I think Conor Keely's right on his edge, with how good of a season he's had. But like, you can't dismiss Graham Burke. He has 6 goals, 4 assists, unplayable this season. He's just a level above. I think he's even a level above Jack Byrne. Um, I just think when he gets the ball to us, even the moment in the Aviva, he took the ball out of the sky and just plucked it. Like he just does things that no other player in this league can do, in my opinion. And I think it's only fair that he's a representation. I think he'll probably go on to win the PFI Player of the Year if it isn't Conor Keely. So yeah, I think it's one of those two so far. So yeah, Graham Burke is my first player in my front three. What about you?
I have gone from as well. I just find it funny that the one moment you've mentioned from the season so far is him plucking it out of the air in a 1-0
No,
defeat
that's just
against
one
the
moment that comes to
Waves.
my mind. But I could easily talk about Dorada. I could talk about
No, I
the
know,
goal
I
against
know, I
Pats.
know.
But
No,
I'm just saying,
it's just funny. No, it's just that it'll make me laugh, you know.
I know, but even in the bad moments, he's still quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So.
no, he is. I'll give you that. No, he is just levels above. He should not be playing League of Ireland football. To be honest, he should be playing in the Championship. He should be in the Ireland squad. That's the ability he has. Like just that natural ability and talent he has. He's shooting from 25, 30 yards and burying it. Like it's just insane. He's a quality player, and you wonder was it a couple of injury issues over the years that stopped him now? He's over at Villa originally, Preston and stuff like that. He should be playing in England or something, shouldn't he? Like the stage of
Yeah.
his career, it's you can just see the quality he has, and yeah, 6 goals, 4 assists. Yeah, no brainer, has to win. No
Yeah, I
complaints about
agree.
it.
I think he's a home bird at heart. Like I think even like there
Yeah.
was a report from you that Preston, he was like one of the best players in training. So I don't think it was for the want to try and he
Mm.
just didn't fancy it, which look it happens. But it's the Rovers' benefit,
Yeah.
and yeah, he definitely deserved the place in the team. But who else have you gone for in your front three?
Moses Dwyer, 9 goals this season for Galway. Been a real kind of breakout star in the League of Ireland this season, to be honest, and one that's kind of
Yeah.
caught the eye. Some real eye catching moments, some great goals. Been a great sign for Galway. Obviously, been a bit of a disappointing spell for them the last while. Obviously, a couple of decent results in the last few weeks, but disappointing spell for them. But I think he's been one that definitely deserves a mention, and one that made it for him. He's probably the top goal scorer, even 9.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, baller. He's in my team as well. Just to note as well, no penalties out of those 9 goals, all from open play. So that just shows how good he's been this season as well. Yeah, just another Ollie Horgan, Johnny Caulfield, pluck out of nothing. Like just they're really good. Like to get this fella. Where was he playing before? He was playing in Canada, was he? I
And
think
was it? Yeah, yes,
yeah, playing
yeah, yeah.
playing non-league football like Canada or something, and yeah, just to find him and bring him in, he's in the levels above, and I think he will get a move eventually. If it's not in the summer, it'll be in the winter. Where if that's in the league or out of the league, don't know. But yeah, he definitely is a shoe in both our teams. So yeah, who's your final striking pick?
I went back and forth on this a little bit. I was torn between two. I ended up going with Owen Alding with Sligo Rovers. I think 7 goal, 1 assist so far this season. Another one that's had a real kind of breakout campaign. And it was between him and Warren Davis for me. I went with Owen Alding just in the end. I think they've similar amount of goal contributions this season. Owen Alding obviously playing in probably a worse side, you'd say. So I've gone for him just because of that. And I did that like to cut off his jibe a little bit. And the goal against Shells is just something else. So yeah, I've gone for him. But it's tight.
Yeah, very fair. I have him here as as an honorable mention. He's won this. He almost a 12th man in the team for me. If I could get him in, I would have. But I kind of, I lean towards Warren Davis. Probably what did it for me as well was I was saying about no goal for Dyer. There's no goals for Warren Davis either, and he's kind of feeding off scraps up there. I know you're saying Sligo probably a worse team, but Drogheda, like when they beat Hughes 1-0, like even think about his goal, like I was top
Yeah,
drawer,
yeah.
probably contender for goal of the season as well. And he's feeding off scraps up there, and yeah, he's 7 goals. Not the biggest lad either. So he's probably
No.
more reliant on his pace and the balls dropping for him. And 7 goals is a great return for him. So I think it was fair to get another draw player in there for how good of a season they've been having. So yeah, that's my team.
Yeah, yeah. John, I'll run through mine quickly, and you can run
Yeah.
through yours after. I've gone for Dennison and goal, back three of Gretton, Keeley, and Pico Lopez. Midfield four, or whatever you want to call it. Caffrey, and I'm going with Dawson Devoy, Kerr McEnroy, captain of the side, Kerr McEnroy, Josh Honahan, Graham Burke, Moses Dyer, and Owen Eldon.
Very good. Yeah, no, my team is Joseph Anang in goals, Sean Grant centre half, Connor Keely and Josh Honahan. Right mid, Evan Caffrey in the centre, Jack Byrne and Matt Healy, better than the Kerr McEnroe. Left mid, Michael Duffy, and then front three of Graham Burke, Warren Davis, and then Moses Dyer leading the line. And then an honourable mention as well for Will Fitzgerald with 5 assists and Owen Elding with 7 goals. They've both been having really good seasons. It's a shame it's probably in a Sligo team that's bottom of the league, but yeah, they've also been two very good players this year, so good to mention them too.
Yeah, yeah, no, 100%. There's probably a couple that we've left out. So, if there's any other shouts we've left out, let us know in the comments. Be delighted to hear as well.
Yeah, exactly. But as far as the awards go, Ross, what do you want to touch off?
Yeah, so I was thinking maybe touch off goal of the season, player of the season so far, young player of the season so far, manager of the season so far, and maybe a moment of the season so far. So start for goal of the season. I can touch on it there. I've gone for Owen Elding against Shells. Just an incredible goal. And I'm gonna touch on it before. I touched on last week. I was saying like this can't even be in goal of the season conversations. It has to be in Puskas conversations. It's that good for me.
Yeah.
And I thought it was an incredible strike.
Yeah, no, and no, an outstanding strike. And to be fair, it's second for me, like a quality strike. But it's just when I think of goal of the season, that just that Warren Davis goal, and I think Ian Morris touched off it, or was it Conan Byrne on Virgin? Like it's one of those goals that if there was two keepers in goals, you're not saving it. Like it was just top drawer. Like it couldn't have gone any more in the top corner. The technique, the precision, the quickness of the shot. Like I know, like I kind of just feel like Elding's goal was a bit more like he just laced it. And it was a beautiful strike. But I feel like kind of
Yeah,
Warren Davis with more technique and it was just top drawer. Like if David Beckham hit it, we'd be talking about it for years. It was just
yeah,
a
no, it was
proper
a beauty.
strike. So yeah, that's my goal this season.
One that I'd have to raise as well was Moses Dyer against Bose. That was
Yeah,
unbelievable. I think the
really good
camera work for
technique.
that was incredible as well.
Oh,
But yeah, that was
proper,
beautiful.
proper. And then as well, Aidan Keena's goal against Galway too was another nice one as well.
Yeah,
Right on the
yeah,
half
some few
turn
good
and
ones actually.
yeah, no, a few very good ones. But yeah, so that's the goal season mentions. So yeah, what's next, young player of the year?
Go young player of the year. Yeah, who did you go for that? Who would be yours so far? A few different.
There's a few like if you've Owen Elding, like I probably will end up giving it to Owen Elding, but like a few honourable mentions. Obviously, Mason Mealy has 6 goals, Michael Noon has 4 or 5 goals, and they both really good. They both had to go on and have great careers. But I suppose it's like I was so shocked when I saw Owen Elding at 7 goals. Like it's just crazy. And like I saw like Georgie Kev mentioned it before, like he's raving about him. He's like, you need to watch this Elding kid in Sligo. And even like
Yeah,
Johnny Kenny was talking about like influences for him and his career. And he's talking about his dad, Anthony Elding, who played for Sligo, won the 2013 FAI Cup. Like to have him as your dad, I'd say that's really been a big benefit to him and a great mentor and has shown his performances. So yeah, Owen Elding's my young player of the year. What about you?
yeah. I'd be the same. I think Warren Davis would be another one you'd mentioned. It. He's
Yes,
still 19,
yes,
20, isn't he as well?
yes.
Um, but yeah, I think O'Neill, yeah, 100%. I think he's been so impressive. I think he'd be probably potentially on the move this summer. Actually, you never know. I think he'd be definitely. I think he's 18 as well, so it'd be a bit of interest. He can move across the pond. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd be shocked if there's not any interest in him. So, yeah, definitely he'd be young player of the year for me too.
yeah, fair, fair. And as far as your player of the year, who are you going for?
I'm going to go for Connor Keely at the back. I think, yeah, 5 goals for centre half is an incredible return for half a season. If you can hit 10, like that'd be that's a forward level of return. Yeah, and he won that penalty against Bows in the 1-0 win as well, which is kind of crucial. It's 3 points on the board. So between but Droghed's like stellar defensive record so far and his contribution in both boxes, he's been fantastic. So I would lean towards him. And they're
Yeah.
overachieving so much being in second place.
Yeah, I fully agree. Like, honorable mentions, like obviously you've Moses Dyer, you've Graham Burke, but yeah, Connor Keely. If you took them out of that draw the team tomorrow, they would be half the team.
Yeah.
As I pushed off previously in the video, like what he gives them about boxes is he's immense, and if he goes the way he's going, like he could hit double digit goals, and get draw it to another European endeavor next year. So yeah,
Yeah.
he's been unbelievable, and I think he has a chip in the shoulder, and rightfully so for how he was treated at Pats. So it's great to see him return now this year.
100%, 100%. Manager of the year, similar kind of story. My end, I'd go Kev Doherty. I think obviously Drogheda being in second place, 30
Yeah.
points is probably nearly their tally that they'd expect to get for the whole season, nearly at the start of it. I think everyone had them probably no higher than eighth or seventh in their kind of pre-season predictions, and obviously it's
Yeah.
not a foregone conclusion that they'll finish in the top half or anything, but it's looking that they'll be very, very competitive for the whole year, and they're tipping away nicely. And he's just getting every single last ounce of quality out of that squad, out of every player. I think he's a great man manager. I think they all seem to really respect him and like him, and yeah, just with that group of players, he's just getting every single thing out of them. So I'd have to go for him.
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, just a mass overachieving. Like obviously they went from part-time to full-time football, and he's really said that that's boosted them up another level. From even where they were this time last year, like they were nearly gone at this
Yeah,
point before the Dundalk slump. But they were like 9 points adrift, and they draw it back, and they won the cup and won the playoff, and to kind of use that momentum to this year, it's almost like a like we're saying you were saying with the Leicester City story. Like it is kind of a Leicester City story, especially they went on to win a league. Like it's just outrageous. Like no one
yeah,
would have put them even at the top half. So yeah, fair play to him. He's done an unbelievable job off limited resources. So yeah, no, definitely manager of the year so far.
100%, 100%. Then finally, we'll look at. Do you have a moment of the year so far, or anything that stands
I'll
out
let
for you?
you. I'll let you go
Happy moments,
first.
happy memories. I think I'd probably go for. I think the Reece Brennan winner in Tala would probably be the one I'd go for. I think just that game was probably the turning point for Bows. I think half time, we used 2
Yeah.
0 up at half time. Bows fans were singing Many out. It was a real toxic atmosphere, and somehow, somewhere, they're in a horrible run of form. That game just switched on its head, and Reece Brennan, kind of 18-year-old kid coming through. I think we touched on it coming through. What was it, DDSL, playing DDSL football not
Crumlin.
long ago for Crumlin. I think it's a great story. And to score the winner in Tala and turn Bows' season on its head completely, go on a great winning streak after that, it has to be Reece Brennan's goal for me. I think the story and what it's meant for Bows since, I think I'd have to go for that.
Yeah, yeah. I think like I saw they picked on Virgin Media crew they picked the Dot and the boys goal to kind of get the comeback going, which I see the
In that
logic to that
game.
as well.
Yeah,
So you to be honest, you can
yeah,
pick any of the three goals. I'll probably go for the second half of that game as a moment of the season, like just like it was just a turning point in both seasons to where they are now. I think like now obviously it isn't really League of Ireland related, but I think a huge moment for the league as well was Michael Noonan's goal against Molde. In the
mm,
conversation, I know like it was kind of outside of the league, but like to be the youngest ever UEFA goal scorer at 16 and kind of the profile that gave him and gave the league I think was huge, and obviously you've the Viva as well situation with Rovers and Bows, but like yeah, there's been lots of kind of good moments this year, and obviously the draw the story is great also, and yeah, but certainly as
yeah,
far as like influential moments, I think that Bows comeback against Rovers was Rennie would have been sacked if they lost that game. The fans were singing it at 2-0,
100%.
so yeah, no, for sure that's the best moment of the season.
Yeah, yeah. Now the Noonan one's a good shout as well. It's a really nice moment for him and for Rovers and for the league as well. It's nice to see a young Irish kind of prospect kind of shining on the European stage. It was a great kind of breakout moment for him after getting some trust put in him, because obviously Patsy was kind of behind media, the kind of kid behind media is getting all the highlight and the attention. So it's nice for him to have that kind of breakout moment for him at Rovers, and he's gone to do great things since. It looks a real talented player. So that was a nice moment too.
I have a thing I want to ask you. Um, Underachiever of the season so far, who? With one person to come to your mind, who would you think? I have my one.
I'd go I'd go Stephen Kenny.
Yeah, same as me. Same as me.
There you
Spot
go.
on.
They were the preseason favorites. Like Chelsea were probably expected to dip a little bit to third or fourth, maybe not sixth, but
Yes.
obviously they're still in touching distance of the top four, top three. Pats were supposed to be winning this league.
Yeah.
Pats were supposed to be at least neck and neck with Rovers for the title this season, and they've been way off the mark. So I would go for them.
Yeah, 100%. Probably the biggest budget in the league. Like you look at their team, they've two players per position. Embarrassment of riches, especially after the run they went on the back end of last season. And like to be honest, like, I don't know
Yeah,
we're 6 points clear, but we're not even that good. The fact that they're nowhere near us is shocking.
yeah,
So yeah, I think I know he's on a long-term deal. He probably will end up being successful there, but I think so far it's been really under par for him. I think if you would have said it to past fans at the start of the season, they would have laughed you, not believed you for how they're actually getting
yeah,
on. So yeah, I think
yeah.
definitely they're probably the underachievers so far.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, even your Elbows Eddies, you could pick a number of Elbows Eddie, Mulroney, a lot of them based on the form they showed last season to now. It's just been such a drop off. So yeah, there's a number of kind of path options you could go for, but I'd probably just go for Kenny as a whole, really. But we can see if he can turn around second half of the season. You never know.
That's it, guys. Yeah, that's it. So that's our first half of the season, team of the year and our awards also. So yeah, look, please leave a comment. What do you think? Who do you think we should have included or not included, or let us know about all the points you discussed. Send your own team in and your own awards also. And yeah, leave a like if you like it, and if you're new, please subscribe. And yeah, we'll be back next week with our Game Week 19 League round predictions. So just as a bit of a something to fill the time during the international break. It's
That's
kind of
it.
good to round up, all the coverage that we've been doing. So yeah, no, thanks very much, guys. Cheers, Ross.
J McEnroy, Lowell. Thanks, Luke. Take it easy.
Cheers.